All right. What's up, man? It's your boy MoonDog 3732 from the MoonDog 3732 show with my homie Tiffany DJ. You know what I'm saying? The co-host, the host, the second host of the MoonDog 3732 show podcast. At the same time, holla at the.com for the merchandise. Also, the YouTube show. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, right? But here we go. Today's topic, or another topic, another one,
Another.
is women's athletics, specifically transgender people getting into women's athletics. Is it fair? Because you're a woman, you're a natural woman, you're a real woman, you're every woman. And you know, sometimes you make me feel. Anyway, now, like a natural woman, because as a natural woman that has daughters that may be in athletics, that may be in cheerleading, do you think it's fair for people that's men going into athletics and competing with your daughters or anybody's daughters, specifically when it comes to things like scholarships?
Okay, so as far as inclusion, sports as cheer, dance, things of that nature, I feel like it's fair. They can be a part. But if it's something that I've trained or that female has trained, that sports is strictly for a female that's competing, I feel like it's unfair because of the way we trained. We was we train on a different scale. Our body is built different. So you may have the advantage over me in that area. So I think it's unfair if it's like competition. But if it's inclusion, I think it's okay. It's fine. They should be a part. But that's that's my opinion. That's
Okay.
my
Now, I like how Cuz said inclusion. Now, for as long as I've been around, you always had one or two of those guys that been on the cheerleading team. You know what I'm saying? And that's the inclusion aspect. Now, when she talking about competing, you got a transgender man or woman, however you want to call it, on the track team. We know they bigger, faster, stronger.
right.
Transgender guy. Think about LeBron James playing in WNBA.
Crazy. It
Think
should
about
be
also MMA and boxing. You know they are stronger. I know some I've seen
the
stuff
muscle.
in swimming too. Oh, I've been taking these hormones for a year. Come on, man, but you've been a man for a whole 20 some years. So you'll tell me you've been taking some hormones for a couple months, and now that have made, come on, man. A lot of times, now here we go. This is my take. This ain't Cuz take. A lot of times I think that you have a lot of mediocre men that couldn't compete in the
Mm.
men's league in their own situation. And so what happened? They figured out. She said it's coming from me. So they were mediocre and they couldn't compete with the big dogs, so to speak. So what they did, they ended up doing what? When the laws and things started changing, they switched over with the women and started competing. How you go from being number 700 with the guys to number one with the women?
Because their body is different. The mass of a man is different from a woman. And that's why. I think that's why it's unfair.
Because I mean, they're bigger, strong. They actually like I've seen, man, the guys they all like this. You know what I'm saying? And the
But
girls
we have
like thin and petite.
we have strong women as well. But at the same time, just make it fair because we all train for this. Probably some train longer than others. Some probably coming out the womb training for those particular sports. And I think it's so unfair that they have been up against competition that's of the opposite sex, and that's something they've never trained for.
I'm gonna ask you this right here. So since it's apparent that they're gonna be included in these particular sports with the women, right, or naturally born women, people with the same chromosomes, things like that. Do you think that they should give the natural women a handicap? Meaning, if you're gonna be swimming, should I let a real woman have a half a lap or a full lap lead? Or and particularly with, but the thing about that is, when you're dealing with something like MMA or boxing, you gonna let the woman, the real woman, hit you in the face about 10 to 15 times first?
That's it's just unfair across the board. Either way, for me. So like,
So,
may
so
explain by giving a head start, several punches, couple laps in front, it's still unfair.
all right. So how about this then? How about they can make a transgender sports league where transgenders, women or men, compete against other transgender women or men? Or if we do that, are we exiling them and not including them? But they're still included in sports though.
But let's look at it like this. Why we don't have our own? Oh, I, no
Ooh, she
comment.
burning.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Text it to me and I'll say it. Text it to me and I'll say it.
We should have our own black market now.
Okay. Now, now we finna switch it up just a little bit. We've had players that say that we need to have our own league anyway, specifically since we do what? We make up the sports anyway. We make up 85, 75% of the sports players anyway. How difficult would it be? But you know what's going to happen? Some people aren't going to be willing to sacrifice now for the bigger goal in the end.
That's how I feel about um, their
Say,
own
say
game.
it, cuz. Say it, cuz.
It's
Say
so I'm done.
it. Now we know my situation a little bit different than Cuz situation, right? She got stuff she still need to take care of, right? I know it took care of my situation. You know what I'm saying? So she making sure she covered her own butt. Now, with that being said, what do y'all think about transgenders in sports, specifically transgender women going into naturally born women sports? Is it fair? Is it unfair? What do y'all think? With that being said, man, we out.
Peace.